Hello everyone, and welcome to another purple noodle episode of Noodle Journey. Yes, I am continuing to explore gluten-free options in the hopes of finding a good one, and today I'm going to be once again checking out a Lotus Foods product with their purple potato ramen with turmeric curry soup. If you checked out my last Lotus Foods review of forbidden rice ramen with white miso soup, my major complaint was the distinctly lousy broth. I believe I kindly called it garbage. Those noodles were pretty good, but needed a much better broth than what came in the package. Of the 4 remaining varieties of Lotus Foods sitting in my pantry, this purple potato one seems the most promising on paper because it's got more spices in it than the white miso soup, so hopefully it actually tastes like something. Plus, this will be my first taste of potato noodles, which will hopefully be cool. Lotus Foods seems to have the American market cornered on gluten-free ramen right now, so I hope one of these is actually good. I should note that there is still rice flour in these noodles, both brown and white, so the noodles aren't 100% potato-based if that matters to you, but this is still a gluten-free and vegan product. This costs the same as the other Lotus Foods pillow packs at your grocery store, roughly $2 depending on where you buy it. Inside the package we have a block of lovely purple noodles and a soup packet, which contains dried tomato, green pepper, carrot, and scallion, along with the aforementioned turmeric, onion powder, and the ever nondescript spices listed on the bag, I assume referring to curry spices. Small rant incoming. I understand companies want to keep their spice blends a secret or maybe save space on the ingredients list, but I cannot tell you how much it pisses off a super taster like me to just see spices in the ingredients without any further explanation. There are some spices that I really don't like in certain quantities because my taste buds go on red alert, and when they just print the word spices on the bag, I never know what I'm getting till I taste it. It's mildly infuriating, especially when shopping for new things to try. I can't imagine how shitty it would be for someone who is allergic to a spice to see packaging like this. I appreciate companies that are transparent about their ingredients, but Lotus Foods, you are not one of them. Anyway, enough of that rant, let's get to the cooking and the finger crossing. Boil 2 cups of water, then add the noodles and the soup packet and stir. All the stirring in the world couldn't get these noodles to separate, so that's frustrating. Anyway, cook these for 4 minutes and then serve. Alright, so unlike the Lotus Foods product I ate before, this one actually smells like something, and that something is curry. It doesn't smell like good curry, it smells like the kind of cheap supermarket curry that you would expect from a company that has no business making curry. But at least it doesn't smell like dirty nothing like the forbidden rice noodles did. It's also interesting that the purple color from these potato noodles is largely gone and replaced by kind of diarrhea brown. But let's not prejudge, maybe they'll taste okay. So let's give this a try. These noodles are still sticking together and I'm trying my best to separate them, so I guess I'm just going to have a big old mouthful right here. So, spice. Even though this is curry, it's not spicy curry. I can taste your usual assortment of basic curry ingredients in this, like turmeric, obviously, cinnamon, cumin, probably a few other things, hard to tell exactly. So if you consider any of those things to be spicy, then I will very generously give this a 1 out of 10 on spice, but it's really not spicy, there's no chili pepper in here. The noodles, once again, are pretty good. They're pretty firm. They don't have any particular taste per se separate from the broth, but they're thick-ish, and they're nicely chewy. I would actually go so far as to say these noodles are a 7 out of 10, but the fact that they clump together like crazy, with no apparent way of separating them, is kind of unappealing. You can see what I mean right there, right at the ends. So the noodles are a 6 out of 10. They're good, but boy do they not want to separate. so it just makes for a subpar presentation and more noodles than you want in your mouth in one shot. Now, as far as the flavor, I am happy to report that this is tastier than the white miso broth, but it's still not great. It tastes like a cheap approximation of curry. Your local East Asian takeout place likely has better tasting curry than this. It's a very basic curry spice blend, and it's not that exciting. But I would still eat this because it's not as offensive as the absolute tasteless dirt fire that was the other variety. So overall, a very mild, inoffensive curry flavor in this, nothing to get excited about, but certainly edible. So I think an overall score for this product, given that gluten-free ramen seems to be a luxury, is a slightly generous 5 out of 10. Yeah. If you're gluten-free and you'd like a curry noodle product, and you don't have a lot of options, because frankly I don't know how many gluten-free curry noodle options there are out there, this is fine. It's not something I'm going to buy again for myself, because there are far better curry noodle products out there, but if you are gluten-free, you could do worse. I'm not gluten-free, so I have no need to ever buy this again, but I'm glad I tried it. We've got 2 more Lotus Foods products to get through, and I'm probably going to pad a little bit of time between this and them because neither one of these has been mind-blowingly impressive thus far, so I'm not exactly looking forward to them. But we're going to eventually get through everything one day, I promise. Can you recommend any other gluten-free curry noodle products? Maybe something that's a little tastier than this? If you can, I'd love to hear about it. Please leave a comment. And as always, please like and subscribe to continue on this noodle journey with me.